The candles have been lit, and the lights have turned off, and now it's time for our sacrifice. uh, Howdy. I want to talk about some toxic people. You know, we could all be toxic, and there's nobody who's just, oh, that person's toxic. No, because they don't have to be toxic. Nobody's born toxic. But besides people who invade countries for oil and start holocausts and kidnap children and burn down villages, that's pretty different. But people who really are toxic, most of the time they have no clue, and this is just coming from what I've experienced. And we could all be toxic. If you're gonna say that if you haven't been toxic in your life, that's some bullshit. Uh, if you haven't done a shitty thing, I do shitty things unintentionally a lot, and sometimes I do it intentionally. Not all the time, not most of the time, but in the past I have, and everybody has. We're only human beings. We all make mistakes, but this one of the things about my channel is that I'll talk about things, and it's either that I haven't even brought them up, the things I'll talk about, or that video is just privated, but I'm sure I've talked about this, which is the shell. And this thing I've realized has gone quite deeper during some of my past psychedelic explorations, which is, it's like humans, we especially for late teens to adults, from kids in high school to people in DC, we have these social constructs in our head. We have these social systems. We think of things like class or league, when in reality, that's all bullshit. It's just an illusion. I've dated girls that, might be out of my league, and I've dated girls that are under my league. I don't know. Why? Because there is no fucking league. And the whole class thing, oh, I have higher class because I make more money. No, that's bullshit, dude. You have higher class because the amount of love you give to people. In my book, that's what it is. Because a lot of these people with these toxic mindsets, these toxic, this toxic perception of reality is just based off of them being products of their environment, saying this is good, this is not, this is beautiful, this is not. When reality, that's just all fucking bullshit. We really form this shell, and this shell is caused by different desires and anxieties and neglect and egotism, and the list goes on. We all have this shell, but not all of us have this shell to the point where we put a mask over ourselves and throw out this fake representative of themselves, even though they're just trying to fit in or be cool, or just be different, anything like that. It's all just bullshit, and they're all lost in their own little world. And of course, we all are lost in our own little world. But people like that, it's easy to tell. Now, people like that, a lot of the times, they don't fucking mean to be like that because they've grown like that, A lot of the people who are like that, who will throw out this fake representative of themselves, are just really insecure. And a lot of that has to do with that whole herdist mentality. And when you have a social group with that herdist mentality, I guarantee most of those people in that squad just talk shit behind each other's backs. You know why? Because they're not really friends. They haven't really opened up. They're just fucking lost in themselves. And so, shit talking is bound to happen. Everybody talks about each other behind their backs. Me and my best friends, we're all open, and and I think I'm lucky enough to have a group of best friends, which we've all grown up with each other, and I'm lucky to have them. And of course, we do end up getting fights sometimes, and we do end up talking shit behind each other's backs, but it's different. It's more of in a brotherly way. But in other circles that I've associated with or seen or whatever, you could just fucking tell that they're not really friends. But, again, who am I to judge? And a lot of those people who you think are toxic, with that negative and toxic perception of reality, they're really judgmental. And you might think it's just about the people around them, That's also the case. People who think that they are smarter than other people are fucking ignorant. You know what I mean? People who are like that have fucking issues. And I used to be like that, and I know what it's like. Now, that's just my opinion, and I might be wrong, it's not black and white. There's so many different factors that are in this. And the bottom line is that, most of the time people do not intend to be toxic because they've kind of blossomed like that. And the people who are aware of it, they're just fucking assholes. But everybody's an asshole too, We all have one.